Hello everyone, welcome to Uni Voyage. I'm Vedika Manek and I will be talking about IPM IIM Indore. I'm a student of this course, so you can trust me to give you all the details you need to make an informed choice. And I've been in your spot, so I can understand what you're going through. So now let's dive right into it. IPM is the integrated program in management. It's offered by IIM Indore and IIM Rohtak. We will be talking about IIM Indore only today. So it's a 5-year long course. The first 3 years, you study the courses offered in Bachelor's of Arts, Foundations of Management, and in the last 2 years, it is the flagship program of all IIMs. It's the MBA, Masters in Business Administration. So after the 5 years, you will be awarded these two degrees. Note that they are not diplomas; both are degrees. So now, to talk about the pillars of IPM, IPM is based on three important pillars. First is math, stats, eco. The second is psychology, sociology, political science. And the third pillar includes foreign languages, communication courses, and choosing from dance, drama, music. Now, the interesting question here is why is a management student studying psychology, political science, sociology? IPM wants to create contextually relevant and socially conscious managers. They've written this everywhere. What exactly does this mean? It means that they not only want to give us technical skills, but also soft skills so that we have a solid thought process. So I can think like a manager and not only know what a manager does. And this is the idea behind it. Now talking about the courses offered at PGP level. So it is important to note that after the 3 years, you will be integrated into the same batch as the people coming in from CAT. So you will be studying with them, you will be sitting for internships with them, sitting for placements with them. So there's no demarcation at all. The courses offered are finance, accounting, marketing, strategy, communication. So there are different disciplines and you can specialize in any. Now I've put in an academic calendar. It's a tentative one for 2020 to 2025, the IPM. You can just pause and have a look at it. It's quite self-explanatory. So now talking about the facilities on campus. So if you are an aspirant, this is going to be very, very exciting. And if you aren't, you can still get excited because the campus is beautiful. It's amazing. It's lush green and it's around 190 acres. So it's massive. There are two auditoriums. On Sundays, they play movies over there. There is a learning center, computer lab, finance lab. There's a communication studio newly inaugurated, uh, faculty rooms, you know. Now coming to the sports facilities. So these are the most impressive and exciting thing because there is literally everything from billiards to volleyball courts to a cricket stadium. Whatever sport you want to pursue, you can. And there is a sports committee that encourages all these activities. There's a sports fest of IPM. So if you are someone who finds sports very interesting, it's going to be an exciting time. Now coming to accommodation facilities. So the first 3 years is triple sharing, 3 in 1 room. The last 2 years it's separate rooms. A lot of people might be interested in the toilet facilities. So there are two basins, two toilets and two showers for 2 rooms. And now I've attached pictures of the room. It's an L-shaped room and it's actually quite airy and big from a different angle. Like here it looks a little small, but it's not. And the study section is a completely different section, like because it's an L-shaped room, it is a different area. Coming to the student activities, so there is a lot on campus beyond academics and it's very exciting because you can grow in so many different ways. So the student activity council overlooks this. So they're the main representative of all the students in front of the IPM office. And whatever I've listed down below, this comes under the student activity council. So the special interest groups, if you have some hobby like dance, drama, music, literature, you can pursue it and you can do it in a group with like-minded people. You all can organize events related to it. So this is the SIG. Clubs and committees. So there are 3 clubs and there are 4 committees and all different. There's the E-cell, or there's a media, PR, and outreach committee. There is the academic committee, infrastructure committee. So the committees actually do real-time stuff. So the infrastructure committee, for example, actually arranges facilities on campus for the students, for us. So you get to be a part of something that is actually happening real time and gain experience as a great opportunity. And there's actually a very lengthy process to get into these clubs and committees. I myself am a part of the media, PR, and outreach committee. Now coming to the fest, so there are two main fests for IPM. Atharva is the cultural fest and Ranbhoomi is the sports fest. These happen on a massive level, and any college is incomplete without a fest. So many memories attached to it, and so many guests and so many exciting nights. So this is something that you can definitely look forward to. Now, because IIM Indore is offering us so many facilities, they're charging a hefty sum. It's subjective actually. So 4 lakhs per year for the first 3 years, and for the fourth and the fifth year, it is as per the prevailing PGP fees, meaning it is subject to change. Currently, it is 16 lakhs for the 2 years combined. So the total would be around 30 lakhs for 5 years. I'm saying a rounded number, and this is for 2020 to 2025 batch. Now, the fee structure, there are facilities, there is need-based financial assistance offered by IIM Indore if you fall in certain brackets. And also, speaking from experience, banks is very easy to get a loan. Now that I'm in the college, I've gotten calls also from banks, so rest assured. Now coming to the selection process, so there are 150 students currently in the 2020 to 2025 batch. The selection is quite intensive. So at the first stage, there's the IPM-AT, which is the aptitude test. They test you on mathematics and verbal ability, and they filter out certain students. And in the second round, it's the written ability test and personal interview. The VAT is basically, to put things very bluntly, on the spot essay, and personal interview is where a panel questions you on different parameters. Now about this, do not worry, because we'll be making a lot of videos on how to clear this. We'll get a lot of people on board also. Now, flexibility, contrary to the opinion outside, IPM is a very flexible course, because after 3 years, there is an option to exit and you will get a BA degree in hand, Foundations of Management. This is in case you want to say pursue studies abroad. I mean, there is no certain condition or restriction. You can exit if you want to. There is another option, which is the sabbatical. It's up to 2 years available for selected students. Let me explain this in detail so that there is clarity. The sabbatical is after 3 years of IPM. You can choose to leave for 2 years and then come back again and join MBA. Now, those 2 years, what you can do, there are two options. Either you have an offer in hand from a good company, or you have a venture registered somewhere. These are the current conditions as per 2020. If either of these two works in your favor, then they will allow you to take a sabbatical, and this is for selected students. And the current cap is 10% of the batch. So there are 15 people in a batch of 150 that they're allowing for the sabbatical this year. Coming to the social internship. So at the end of the second year, there's a 6 to 8 weeks long internship, and it's very diverse. So there are people who take interning in the CSR divisions of large corporates like Tech Mahindra, Jindal, or they're in social enterprises like Social Alpha. So there are so many different roles, and again, this is to add on to the vision of socially conscious and contextually relevant managers. So IPM is not only about solid academics. Yes, the courses are at an advanced level, but there's so much more and so many different ways to learn. So in the fourth year of IPM, or the first year of PGP, to avoid any confusion, basically the first year of MBA, there's a rural immersion program, and every participant they divide into groups of 10 and they go on rural visits, and there is a lot to learn working with villagers and with people from different backgrounds. The other is the Himalayan outbound program for the second year PGP students or the fifth year IPM. It takes place across various tech routes. Nainital and all sounds very exciting. And if you see videos of people, some students actually have had like life-changing experiences during this program. The student exchange program is in the third year or the fifth year. So basically, if you're an IPM student, in the third year, you get an option to go for the student exchange, or in the fifth year, you can't go for both. So it's up to you. And of course, you have to qualify for the prerequisites of the whatever university you are going forward to, as per the collaborations that IIM Indore has. Business internship is the summer placements of PGP. Basically, great companies like Goldman Sachs, Credit Suisse, JP Morgan, they come in and they take interns, and these interns also get quite fancy placements. So you can look that up as well. Now, I've just put up some pictures here to again give you an experience of how it would actually be. Coming to the final placements, so there is a lot of talk about the placements for IPM students, and I would just like to put out all the data from the official site out there. So in the year 2020, this is for the average CTC per annum was 22.92 lakhs, and this was for the combined batch of IPMers and the PGP students. There are no separate statistics as such for IPM and PGP currently. So we'll work with this. And coming to the 2016 batch IPM placement. So this was the only year that IIM Indore released different data for IPM and PGP students. And I underlined a few things that are actually very important to note. So firstly, the kind of companies that took them. This was the very first year. So imagine the kind of exposure and the kind of industry credibility that they would get currently. Like, it would increase a lot, and I'm sure that the placements have also increased. Now, coming to what I've underlined later is that in the very first batch of graduating batch of IPM, there were international offers as well, such as the EA to CFO and the MD to a leading international foreign exchange company. The average CTC was 11.96 lakhs per annum, and highest was 30 lakhs per annum. Now, why IPM is a very interesting question. And the answer to this is quite simple. IPM is made for people who have such diverse interests and who love learning. And it is such an amazing way to get exposure to so many different disciplines and yet come out of a reputed college like IIM Indore. Imagine spending not 2 but 5 years at an IIM. A lot of people think it's an unconventional option. I think that in today's world, we need people who are diverse and who have all sorts of skill sets. And this program is the right one to deliver everything you need to think like a manager, to do what a manager does, and end of the day, be a manager, because that's what this is about, to build leadership skills in you. So whatever you want to do, your startup, or go for a fancy job in Goldman, wherever, IPM will help you for sure. So I'm come to the end of my session. I hope you enjoyed this. So thank you for your time. I'm Vedika. You can reach out to me if you need any sort of help. My Instagram, LinkedIn, and my email links are there in the description below. We are students of IPM, so we would love if you could show us some love by clicking on the like button, commenting, and sharing the video with all your friends. Also subscribe. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you.